Okay, we're looking at a Gateway laptop here, and I'm going to take some EMF measurements from it as well. And currently it is not hooked to anything wireless. There's no Wi-Fi on. It's strictly hooked to the Ethernet, which is how I normally use it. I try not to use wireless unless I absolutely have to. Okay, I've got the Acousticom meter out, and let's turn the noise on so we can hear what's going on. Now it's important to note that there is no Wi-Fi on in the house where I am right now. It's strictly picking up some EMF radiation coming from the laptop itself, even though Wi-Fi is turned off on the laptop. So let's turn the Wi-Fi on and see what happens. That's just this button right here. We'll see if it gets better or if it gets worse. Maybe intermittently worse, but not much. Now this is a Gateway laptop. This tells me that, at least potentially, this laptop isn't really that much more dangerous with the Wi-Fi turned on than it is with it off. Now if I went in and disabled the actual hardware or pulled the Wi-Fi card out of it, I'm sure that would make a difference. However, this tells me though that even when you think you're switching off your Wi-Fi on your laptop, and you are, and you're helping your body stay away from that signal to some degree, because you're not pulling it in from the nearest Wi-Fi connection, the problem is, even with the Wi-Fi itself turned off on the laptop, you're still exposing yourself to some radiation. Now it's not as significant as it was, say, in the car. If you've not seen the car videos I've done, please go back and look at those. They're pretty telling. Okay, now I'm looking at a Netgear router, which is this guy right here. It is currently turned off. Normally it is on with the Wi-Fi signal connected through the house. Okay, it's off at the moment. This box next to it here is a Comcast router slash modem. I don't use it as a router though, it's strictly a modem, and the Wi-Fi that's built into it is turned off. And I confirmed this obviously by tests, but also anytime a Comcast person comes out, they also will state something to the effect of, hey, do you know your wireless is turned off? We need to switch that back on. And I'm like, no, I want it off. I've already got another router that does that when I need it. So I don't need you to switch it on. Make sure you leave it off. And they do. However, I think it's funny though, because most people who have a newer type modem will also have a wireless router built into that modem, and they'll have that wireless on, and then they may also have something equivalent to this Netgear router next to it. So now you're doubling your signal. You have double Wi-Fi on, even though you may only be connected to the one unit. So in my case, I'm only using the Netgear when I have to, otherwise I leave it off. But the Netgear has other connections that I use on it too. So I'll power it up here in just a minute and we'll take some measurements before and after so you can see what it's like being next to a router. So if you've ever wondered if you're next to a wireless router, or if you have a plant next to a wireless router, why the health of the plant that sits there all day and all night with the router turned on next to it, why the health of that plant may not be doing very well, you're going to find out here in just a minute. Okay, I've got the Acousticom meter here sitting next to the Netgear router that's turned off. That's this one right here. And then this is the Comcast modem that is turned on, and wireless is turned off. And as you can see, there's already quite a bit of noise coming from the meter, which means that that's just the basic EMF coming off of the Comcast modem. Now again, I don't have the wireless turned on the Comcast modem. That's strictly just the modem itself, the EMF coming from that without the wireless. So next we're going to switch on the Netgear router and take some measurements then. Okay, I'm going to reach back behind the Netgear and turn on the power. Let's see what happens. the boot process takes just a little while, so just bear with me here. Now it's really getting going. So this is what you're exposing your health to if you're sitting right next to a wireless router, or your plant, or whatever, your kids. Note the alarm is not going off, but the meter itself is maxed out. So you might want to think twice about using Wi-Fi in your house. At the very least, if you're going to, because it is convenient, if you're going to, at least turn it off at night so that you're not exposing yourself and your pets and anything else that's living in your house to Wi-Fi 24/7. At least shutting it off at night will allow your brain to shut down and regenerate, allow your body to regenerate during the course of rest at night. So don't have Wi-Fi on in your house at night. Shut it off.